Welcome back, everybody, to Rapid Fire. In today's episode, we talk a little Bill Belichick. Where will he end up? What is the best matchup of Gilbert's favorite NFL super wild card weekend?
Regular.
It reminds me of that John Cena Super Slam, that commercial that they did with John Cena, that where they tricked that lady. And then obviously, which road team has the best chance to win in Super Wild Card Weekend? And then we'll talk a little college football. And then Chiefs Dolphins on Peacock, the travesty. We'll get into all that and more. But first, Vic, the producer. Vic, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's good to be back. Thanks for having me again. We have reached the postseason of rapid fire, but first we're gonna start with a little off-season, a little off-season spice here. Where will Coach Bill Belichick end up in 2024? He still has to meet with the Kraft family, but Belichick said Monday he's open to not having a GM role and just being a head coach. So where will Bill Belichick end up? You can even say New England, guys. And then because Gilbert, because you won, you get to defer. Do you go first, or are you gonna let Fernando start off this question?
Every time now you say defer, I think about Jair Alexander. So that's bad for Jair. But you know what? I'll go offense. So I will take the ball. How about that, Fernando? Ask me the question.
Gilbert, where will Bill Belichick be in 2024?
Okay, I've been thinking about this because I don't know. Right now, it's only been 6 openings. I'm like, where will Bill go? And I keep seeing reports that the Commanders want to have like a Baltimore type of system there. So maybe Mike McDonald. What about the Chargers? But they're connected to Jim Harbaugh. So I went and I decided with the Falcons. I don't feel too good about it, but stick with me here, Fernando. And I'll just say, I think they're gonna be done with New England and the Kraft family and Bill Belichick. But he's in his 70s. He's trying to win now. He can't really wait. So which team has already made roster, split out the quarterback? The Falcons. Yeah, just the quarterback, right? Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Jesse Bates on defense, AJ Terrell on defense too. So, hey, do your thing, Bill Belichick. Find a quarterback, trade for one, draft for one. I don't know where it is, but you get that part there, that big part. I can see Bill Belichick turn the Falcons into a playoff team. Arthur Smith went 3 years in a row, stuck at 7-10. He's a new Jeff Fisher, right? 7-10 crap. So Bill Belichick, I think he might be like Sean Payton, where he was trying to wait for a special job to open up, and he said, "You know what, Russell Wilson, I'll take a try in Denver." So give me Bill going to the South and the Dirty Birds with the Falcons. I don't know. Do I feel good about it? I don't. But what do you have to say, Fernando?
It feels like halfway through the season, there was a lot of excitement about where Bill was going to be. And slowly it's kind of dwindled as now we've gotten to that point. Look, I'm going to be honest. I feel like him kind of relinquishing GM roles might save him and he might stay in New England. So I'll give you half of that.
All right.
But if you're going to force my hand and ask me what team he'll end up, hell, why not? Jordan Love and the Packers will upset the Cowboys this weekend, which will end up getting Mike McCarthy fired, which will end up making the Cowboys hire Bill Belichick, which will end up making Bill Belichick the next head coach of your Dallas Cowboys. And he comes in and he fixes that defense. He gets Trayvon Diggs up to back from injury. Maybe he keeps Stephon Gilmore one more year, and he reshapes that defense a little bit, and he gets it going. He has CeeDee Lamb. He has a lot more firepower in that offense than he's had in New England since Tom Brady left. So why not? If you're gonna pull my arm back, I'll say he's the next Dallas Cowboys head coach.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that point to Fernando. Fernando, also Bill Parcells. He would be following the guy who he was a DC 4.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Bill Parcells went
Giants.
from the Jets to the Cowboys, and that's where he finished off the rest of his career. So good point there by you, Fernando. All right, next one. What is the best matchup of the NFL Super Wild Card Weekend? I'll start off with you, Fernando.
All right, Fernando, don't take my game here, but I'll ask you the question. Like Victor said, what is the best matchup of regular NFL wildcard weekend?
Oof. I'm gonna take yours because yours is the easy one. I'm gonna say the game that kicks us off. I'm gonna go with the Houston Texans and the
Whoa.
Cleveland Browns. CJ Stroud really impressed me on Saturday when they faced the Colts. There was no Tank Dell. He's really God, what's that receiver's name?
Nico Collins,
He's really
Michigan
hooked up with
alumni.
Nico Collins. There's a lot of times where he would do this thing where he would be on his back foot, he'd sling it, and he'd be able to get it to Nico Collins. Really impressive what he did. He was able to go down the field. And then on the other side of the field, you have the other big kind of story of this year, which is Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco and what his resurgence, what he's been able to do. It'd be a great story to see maybe in the second round, Joe Flacco return to Baltimore and face his former team and how that would look. But I definitely would love to see this this matchup is going to be very interesting. The young gun who a lot of people, nobody really had a lot of belief in, to now he's a rookie of the year candidate to against the old gun. So yeah, give me this Cleveland Browns versus Houston Texans matchup. I think it's two of the best stories in the NFL this year. So yeah, give me this matchup 100%. I mean, I'm not going to sprinkle in the Deshaun Watson crap. That has no play in it whatsoever for me.
Yeah, actually, wow, I didn't even think about that. Wow, okay, yeah, because he's not even playing in the freaking game.
Yeah.
Imagine if he did. But
I'm good
Fernando,
with this is more
yeah,
exciting.
no, it's better with Joe Flacco. You're absolutely correct. And usually, Fernando, the opener on a Saturday 1 p.m. window is the worst game of the playoff slate. But it's actually very intriguing because of C.J. Stroud, not Jordan Love. But that's a good one for you there. We'll see how they do there. But I got to go with the obvious one here. When I'm reacting to Carson Wentz diving into the end zone for a meaningless playoff game, that tells me that the matchup that he's playing for is going to be really good. So shout out to Carson Wentz. They beat the 49ers. That means the Rams goes to Detroit. And obviously, former team of Matthew Stafford for many years there. So it has to be the matchup of the weekend. It gets the Sunday Night Football treatment there. Sean McVay against Dan Campbell. Should be a good one there. Unfortunately, Sam Laporta got hurt there to take a little bit of the luster from the matchup, but I still think it's going to be high scoring affair. These two defenses are a little up and down. They can't really protect the deep ball. So Stafford, Goff. How about Goff? How about show it to your former coach who said I couldn't win with this guy? You took him to a Super Bowl. So, get some revenge factor in there. I'm going to like it for so many different storylines. And what about the crowd in Detroit? You're going to be, clap it up for Matthew Stafford and say, F that guy. It's been 30 freaking
Up
years
until the
for home
kickoff.
game. Yeah, maybe to the kickoff, and after that, boo the heck out of him, make that place noisy. Is it still Ford Field? I don't know.
Field.
There you go. We're still owned by the Ford family, so it's gonna be.
Hey, we were still calling it the StubHub, even though when it was called Dignitive, whatever.
Whatever. There's no
Yeah.
that place. But going off the rails right here. But yeah, matchup 3 versus 6, Lions versus the Rams. Matthew Stafford coming back, and it's perfect that he's coming back as a Super Bowl champion. This is what I got. What do you guys got going on over here? So I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that point to Gilbert, and I also, a shout out to both of you guys. You guys didn't pick the Dolphins and Chiefs because we'll talk about them being on Peacock. So, all right, next one.
By the way, real quick, if Matthew Stafford starts getting booed during the game, I hope he goes like Aaron Donald.
I would like that. Yeah.
All right, guys. Talking about keeping with the Super Wildcard Weekend, which team has the best chance to win at least 2 road games? Eagles, Rams, Packers, Dolphins, Steelers, or Browns?
Gilbert, which road team has the best chance to win 2 road games? Eagles, Rams, Packers, Dolphins, Steelers, or Browns?
Man, this is a tough one because I'm not even sure the Eagles could win a road game. I won in Tampa Bay. The Rams could probably run into the 49ers in the second one. The Packers are a 7 seed. I do not believe in the Dolphins. Get out of here. Steelers have no chance. And I hate to say this, but I think the Browns have the best chance. Like, as you know, I'm a big CJ Stroud supporter, and I want to see them do well. But I can see the Browns, that defense, suffocating a young offense. Flacco being in this environment many times before. He knows what it takes to win in a playoff game and go to the Super Bowl. I can see that. And then they will probably play. Ooh, they play the Ravens. That'd be very tough. But it's a tough matchup all around here. But I will take the Browns because the defense, an experienced quarterback, a good coach, and you never know. Their divisional rivals, Ravens and the Browns, it could be an upset. They already beat them once. I know it wasn't with Flacco, but it's happened before. Give me the Browns.
Give me the Rams. The Rams could go into Detroit. They could they could easily beat the Lions, and they could face the 49ers. But hey, we've seen it before in the past where teams get complacent after having that bye. And a team catches them off guard. I mean, the Rams have kind of been in playoff mode for a couple of weeks now. They lost to the Baltimore Ravens, but they took them to the edge. They've been rolling for the last couple of weeks, so why not? I mean, why not be able to go into San Francisco and beat a team that you play very well? I mean, they've had their instances. I mean, we know a couple of years ago the Rams beat the 49ers to get to the Super Bowl, so why not again? Well, they wouldn't get to the Super Bowl; they get to the championship game. But I say the Rams have a chance to make it to win 2 road games.
Yeah, you guys hit on both of the teams that are probably the best chance of winning 2 games. I'm gonna go with Gilbert on this one just because the Browns defense I think makes the most sense, and then they just would playing a divisional opponent, the Rams. I just don't believe their defense is quite up to par to what the 49ers can do. So just because of what we're talking about here between those 2 teams, I think the Browns present a better a better opportunity for them to win 2 games in the playoffs. All right, with Gilbert up 2-1. Gilbert, you're up next. The college football playoff championship game is tonight at our NRG Stadium in Houston. Should the NCAA listen to Kirk Herbstreit and make the Rose Bowl the permanent host for the national championship? Sorry, did Fernando go first on the last one?
Fernando's next to go first.
Okay,
So I will
there we
ask the
go.
question. Kirk Herbstreit had a good idea. I think Fernando, should the national title game always be at the Rose Bowl?
I think so. I mean, the history of it. How many guys don't we want to see holding the rose in their mouth while holding up the trophy? All that. Like I said, the history, everything. Yeah. No, this is going to be short for me. 100%. Let it be there. Let's continue the history. The stadium's humongous. Yeah, I'm 100% with it. Let's do it. Let's keep it at the Rose Bowl, and let's continue that tradition.
Yeah, I cannot disagree, Fernando. I grew up in Pasadena. I graduated on that Rose Bowl field from Pasadena High School, class of 2007. I feel really old saying that. I went to a lot of UCLA football games. I've actually never been to an actual Rose Bowl game, which is unfortunate. I tried going this year, but the tickets were out of control. And I'll just use my time and tell you a story. I almost was on the field as a high schooler for the Vince Young USC football game, Texas USC, to carry the American flag on the field. But for some reason they scrapped it, so we never got to do it, and I never got my free ticket. So I've never got to be at a Rose Bowl game. But everything about the Rose Bowl and the backdrop and the parade and being Pasadena, I know I wish I was on the field for that. But what could have been? They even gave me a cool green Rose Bowl sweater. We were all ready to do it. We even practiced too. They canceled it. Anyways, I'm really annoyed about it. But
how unpatriotic.
I know, right? I was ready to raise that flag with pride. Go USA, and for the epic game after that. But don't make me keep thinking about that. But anyways, college football is changing every single year with the stupid portal and the conferences and whatever. Get something classic and traditional. Keep it at the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
Wow, I like that story, Gilbert. So I'm going to give you the point, and you get the win here. But I have more questions, so we have to keep going here, guys. All right, something or nothing. Chiefs Dolphins being on Peacock on Saturday night. I mean, how much of a storyline is this going to be for people who don't have Peacock?
Gilbert, what do you think about them making the Chiefs Dolphins game on a streaming network?
This makes me laugh because you and I and Victor too, we're combat sports fans, so it's kind of like a pay-per-view. You're debating if you should buy that fight, like that boxing fight or that MMA card shouldn't be on pay-per-view. It's more for boxing. I feel like because UFC's everything's on pay-per-view, so you're used to it. But boxing's kind of like, I don't want to pay for that. Send me a link. Like it's gonna be a Peacock link out there. I'm sure you could find ways around it. So I don't blame the people for not budging to like you're being forced to get to the Peacock. I get it, but it is today's world. It's streaming and it's a good marketing scheme to get more subscribers. It's a good matchup too, Chiefs Dolphins, but it really reminds me of the boxing fans who complain about everything on being on Peacock. And I don't really care. I actually have it. And I think I got it for like to watch WWE pay-per-view cards, but I don't know if that's still a thing for him. I think it is.
It is.
But I like that. I'm like, cool, it's cheaper than paying for an actual pay-per-view card. So I got a Peacock a long time ago. So it's not really my problem. So I don't really have anything to say. But I guess to me, it's nothing. We all know how it is to get around that. Wink, wink.
By the way, and I keep on hearing rumors that Amazon Prime is going to be Monday Night Raw. That's where Monday Night Raw is headed. So that's going to be interesting. I think we're headed to streaming anyway. But hey, you should have seen the writing on the wall when Chargers Bills were on Peacock. The writing was on the wall. You knew they were going to do this. That's where it was headed. Amazon Prime tried it last year with Amazon Prime, obviously. That's where this is going. So I don't think it's anything. I mean, you can do the free trial or whatever, but I don't think it's anything. I think they're starting to try it out. They're going to try and see the ratings where it's at. Obviously, they were going to put. I think what they did here is they put the big game. I know that obviously for a lot of people, Rams, Detroit's a big game, but I think for a lot of people, Mahomes, Kelsey, Taylor Swift, Tyreek Hill, Tua Tagovailoa, that's the bigger game because remember, what do Swifties do? They stream everything. So what do they have? They have streaming. So what are they gonna watch? They're gonna watch this. So yeah, it's a ploy. It's all connected. So yeah, no, they knew exactly what they were doing. I mean, 100%. So it's nothing, but you know exactly where they're going with this.
Yeah, great point by you there, Fernando. I mean, about getting the Swifties to, buy the streaming service for Peacock. So, yeah, I'm with you guys. I'm gonna ask you guys one more question. I know Gilbert's already won, but I really want to get you guys' reaction on this.
3-2. So I mean, I think
that's bonus. It's bonus round.
It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Fair or foul for Dennis Allen and Jameis Winston to apologize for the last touchdown scored by the Saints that had Arthur Smith heated post game.
Okay, can I take this one away first?
Yeah, go ahead. We're gonna agree anyway, so go.
Okay, to me, I agree with what Benjamin Watson said. A good coach, like, did you hear what? Like, I thought it was what Dennis Allen said. He's like, "Well, I didn't know this was gonna happen." A good head coach, like, and Benjamin Watson tweeted out, a good head coach does not say, "Oh, I didn't know that was gonna happen." A good head coach has control of his locker room and doesn't have moments like this happen. That's a bad indicator if they just went in there and decided to do this. Because honestly, like I didn't like this moment, especially because I would have been okay with it if Dennis Allen went in there and said, "Hey, Arthur Smith, like you're a dumbass, you blew up for no reason, whatever." But in turn, what he ended up doing, like we're trying to secure, we don't know yet if Tampa Bay won or not, so we're trying to secure our pick, our playoff spot, whatever. But over here, like you're like, "Oh no, I didn't know if he did it or not." Like, bro, like that sounds really bad for you, especially because you're on the damn hot seat. That sounded terrible. So I thought it was a bad look from Dennis Allen and honestly from Jameis Winston. Bro, sorry, but you're eating an L today. Like you're not eating no W. Like that was a bad look from you. So I'm sorry, but this does not look good on Jameis, and this does not look good on what's his name on Dennis Allen either, because what both guys said, I don't think is a good look on either one of them, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, I'll make my point from the other point of view. And real quick, even that Jameis Winston interview in the locker room was weird. Like he was getting into it with the reporter, and then he ended up making the reporter agree with him, and it was a lot of back and forth. And Winston is just like kind of a weird character. So you're like, what is this guy saying? I guess I'll agree. And then
I
yeah,
thought he was a WWE character at first, but then I started noticing. I'm like, no, something really is kind of.
I don't know. Maybe it's a persona. Maybe well, I don't. He stole the crab legs, but he's just an interesting cat. And
Cam Newton's the one that stole computers, right? Like that was
yeah,
the.
and he left Florida. But
Yeah.
from the Arthur Smith point of view, like this guy was heated. I think he probably knew he was gonna get fired. Like
Yeah.
30 in a row, 7-10. And I think I want to say it was Tiki Barber on the broadcast saying like, why are you mad, Arthur Smith? You got to stop him. You shouldn't care. Like you got lit up by your rival, so stop him. Like, I kind of like that. Tiki usually says bad things, but that one I'm okay with. But it was just the coach is frustrated, and I actually kind of like this game because it felt like it's the old WWE battle: loser goes home, loser gets fired.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Like I feel like the winner would have saved their job, and that's what happened with Dennis Allen. Arthur Smith fired at midnight or midnight East Coast time. So he knew what was happening. He didn't.
How many
go
beat
out.
writers didn't go to bed?
I know that. Imagine seeing that at 12 their time. Oof, I saw it at 9. I'm like, I'm tired from this Sunday Night Football game. But yeah, he probably knew what was going on. And they get a 48-17 beatdown from your biggest rival, and then to get fired like that. I understand the frustration, but next time, stop him.
Edwards another touchdown.
Yeah, no. I'll give you guys that because I was looking at
Shannon Sharp crapped on Jameis Winston and said he should be cut.
Yeah.
And I'm with you guys. I love the content. Like as a producer, this is great content for me because I can talk about Arthur Smith, I can talk about Jameis Winston, and I think the biggest loser here, I'm with you guys, is Dennis Allen because it just makes him look like he has no control over that team. And fortunately, he got the vote of confidence and he's going to keep his job. But
I don't know why.
Content-wise,
I
love this. It was great to see. I was like, as soon as I saw that, go ahead, Fernando.
Bonus question: it is 3-3. There are rumors, Gilbert, that John Gruden could be added to the coaching staff if Jeff Duncan tweeted out that John Gruden could be added to the coaching staff to help with Derek Carr.
Is it
something or nothing?
It's definitely something. That would be big news. But what are we doing over there? A reunion of former Raiders? Like, did we not see how they didn't win anything over there in Oakland or Las Vegas? And I honestly feel like, the Saints are probably like, well, we already committed $30 million to Derek Carr next year. Might as well keep his coach and bring in his other coach. So let's F it. And after that, they'll restart. I don't know. I don't know what the hell they're doing. They're like $72 million over the cap, Fernando. It's weird.
And they have such a good team. Like, they have a good team. They just have a bad quarterback.
And
they have a real quarterback back there, but they don't want to use him. They don't want to use Taysom Hill. The guy's an ultimate weapon.
Yeah, he's good.
but Gilbert took home the victory. I guess I'll take home the L, and we'll get to watching this Michigan game. Thank you guys so much for checking it out. Don't forget to check out everything else on Compas on the Beat Network. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to be a compa, tell a compa. Thank you guys so much.